Ever wanted to show your siblings on how godlike your memory is? Tired of getting beaten in FPS games because you're playing on a laptop you bought in 2012? Well, our new and exciting board game is a fresh new experience that only requires your brain. Excavation Expedition is a 1v1 memorization battle between two players. Our first step was adapting the tabletop version to a board game version because it had a lot of scripts. Then, Cheng, our smart and alpha director, thought of two players placing tiles in any layout they desired. Then those two players guessed their opponent's tiles. One significant change we made was the introduction of power-ups. Now, players can use their power-ups to help them if they forgot a tile or want to sabotage their opponent. The direction we took for the game was that these simple mechanics will make the game easy to learn but hard to master.
So how do you play? First, both players must place all of their tiles face up in their desired layout. Your layout could be like a circle, box, or cross. Want to make a smiley face? You can do that. Just remember that your opponent will be guessing the tiles in your layout, so keep in mind that any pattern for the tiles that you decide can also be deciphered by your opponent that carefully memorized them. Next comes the memorization phase. Both players give each other time to memorize their opponent's layout and part of their own. Once both players are ready, flip all the tiles over so that they are face down. Now it's time to decide who goes first. You can just flip a coin for that. Time for the excavation. When it is your turn, you have three options: guess, simply flip, or skip. If your conviction is strong, guess. Call it the type of a specific tile in your opponent's layout. Make sure to avoid those pesky coffins. If your guess is correct, your conviction is rewarded with that tile and 2 rune tokens. For incorrect guesses, you still take the tile, but don't take home the glory of 2 rune tokens. What are these tokens for, you may ask? Inspect the reference card that each player has. You will discover that your rune tokens can be used to purchase power-ups that help to dismantle your opponent. What are the action options for those faint of heart? For my less confident miners, you can choose to simply flip. By doing this, you successfully excavate the tile, receiving it and 1 rune token. Lastly, those satisfied with their excavation journey can choose a third option, skipping their turn. You will not receive any tiles nor tokens. Keep in mind, the game doesn't end until both players have at least 15 tokens, including coffins. Once the game ends, tally up all of your points using the tile economy on the reference card. Will you out-excavate your opponent, or will you be defeated by their coffins? Find out in Excavation Expedition.
Can you guess which ziggurat is a chalice?
Will you find the minted skull or find the deadly coffin?
Can you clear the entire board with 1 streak?
You can place more coffins to confuse your opponents, as they tend to forget in the later rounds.
With 10 points, you can turn the table by sabotaging one of your opponent's collected minerals.
If you need help with memory, you can reveal tiles by spending power-ups. You can even make a second guess if you want to go again. These power-ups even the playing field for anyone who wants to play Excavation Expedition.
It's almost hard to believe that this game started off as a mining game where you had to mine different minerals with pickaxes. But that didn't make too much sense with 2 players guessing each other's board. What if we changed to an excavation mission where each player guesses on different maps? They can make a treasure map for the opponent, telling them the location of every ziggurat. Now it's up to the players to remember which treasure is in which temple. Is it a tiki mask, snake statue, the holy grail, or a crystal skull? Or is it a deadly trap containing the haunted coffin, or the treacherous cursed coffin? Can you survive this excavation expedition?
For $24.92, you get a rule sheet, 36 power-up cards, 2 reference cards, 6 baggies, 80 tiles, and a plastic quarter. We chose these 1mm thick tiles to make it easier on the players to flip over the tiles. We have 2 reference cards so the players do not have to hog over the rule sheet to see what kind of power-ups there are. We've also included 6 bags for each tile type, so you don't have to sort out how many tiles you need.
This is Excavation Expedition, the 1v1 memorization game that will bring awe and wonder. Design a map, memorize your opponent's board, guess the ziggurat, streak, and abuse your magical power-ups. Earn the riches of the land in Excavation Expedition. Just don't be cursed. Thank you so much for your time.